The ongoing global decline in human birth rate is the single most powerful force affecting the fate of nations and the future of society in the 21st century. That is us. Past millennium doomsayers warned of overpopulation, leading to not enough food for all and starving people by the mid of 1970s. Obviously, it did not happen. In fact, having more people have generated prosperity and higher standard of living. How many people do we have on earth now? Currently, there are 6.3 billion people on earth. And according to United Nations Population Division, this earth, with its current technology and current resources, can feed or sustain 36 billion people. Now that is 6 times the number of the current world population. What the world faces now, brothers and sisters, is painfully real. Falling fertility rates and aging populations, which could ultimately endanger civilization. The average woman has to have 2.1 children during her lifetime just to replace current population. Just ask ourselves how many children we have. If we have only 2, that is not enough. On average, women have to have 2.1 minimum just to replace the current population. In less than 40 years, fertility rates have fallen by over 50% worldwide. What is the reason? And what implication does this phenomenon impose on us? Well, when the United States banking system broke down in 2007, the globally interconnected economic system immediately experienced a domino effect. The result of this is still felt until now. Let us listen to what Father Bloom, an American Catholic priest from Seattle, have to say about this. He said, all of us know about the economic meltdown that came upon us. And explaining why this happened, many economists have pointed to demographics, our relative lack of children and young people. Perhaps you remember that when President Obama presented the stimulus package, he said that the government needed to spend $1 trillion, that is 12 zeros, to create an aggregate demand for goods and services, and thus create new jobs. But if we had with us the 40 million children killed by abortion, our government would not have to step in to create an aggregate demand. Those children would have done the job nicely. Abortion, brothers and sisters, is one of the causes. How many policymakers in the world see this connection? Perhaps some do, but even if they do, are they brave enough to voice it out to the increasingly tolerant public towards all kinds of liberation? The academic communities know they cannot hide from the fact and numbers of the shrinking population and its consequences. But even they may need to deal with a politically correct way of handling it. One social scientist said this: never in history have we had economic prosperity accompanied by depopulation. In other words, shrinking population is a sure sign of a dying society. You play with fire, you get burned. You entertain the culture of death, it will give you death for sure. So what can we do, brothers and sisters? It is not easy to reverse a trend or a mass belief, mass practice, mass culture. In times of uncertainty like this, let us hold on to Jesus' words. Be not afraid. I am with you always. Jesus' transfiguration, brothers and sisters, is not so much a revelation about himself as it is a revelation about us. He is showing us what we would be like, true children of God, shining